Try to understand that their primary weapon is obviously psychological. Uh, I mean, if it were that easy and they could simply do it, which, technologically is possible, sure, they could just kill us all, right? Why not? I mean, I don't know how long it would take, but if they can induce a heart attack immediately, or if, for example, the eldest among us should surely all be, absolutely screwed by now, but of, disease or something over time. Then, gotta plug in my battery here. Then that would have happened. And is I would believe probably that they are, up to things like, because I've experienced it myself. Um, out there in the hall, every time I go out in the hall, on the rug, they put a portrait of my father on it, so as to suggest that it's the ghost of my father projected on the rug. And I don't consent to it at all. And they physically injected me with a needle in a hospital right down the street. With, they were taking blood samples at this arm. There's the vein I got there. And so the nurses, and I was abducted from an apartment where I was being tortured with psychological operations. Uh, Somewhere in that midst, someone somehow got the advice to have the local mental health place, which I'm busting into. One of them said they like this kind of technology. And now that I've got a nail on him and have a litmus test, I can begin to screen the employees and find out whether they're yay or nay about it as a collective. And nonetheless, present it as evidence because of a court case where the cops have been trying to attack me over and over again. But one way or another, I'm going to have and record them, whatever it takes, to find out is that mental health place down the way, which governs southeastern Vermont. They're called HCRS. Um, who is whom? What for? What was their training? Who were they sent by? Where did they go to college? I'm not saying I need a background check on them, but like I could personally perform it, or I could count on the authorities or the town. Uh, um, it's like if you first shed your fear of it, you can meet it 50-50, like a wall, right? Like, for example, people who break objects, they might try to bust through some concrete with their shoulders, something like it's their fun thing. If they don't break the object, it comes back at them with 200% force. Kind of like, if you try to crush that thing, you don't, well, gonna get real hurt by it. And that's me. And it's been a fucking, like, my prime directive has been, uh, uh, I won't mention the casualties that I've seen uh, within my own families, circles, whatever. Uh, I won't mention the experiences I've had specifically between about, I mean, the real hard times was 2012, 2014. Um, and even we have the gravitas to keep that under our belts. Whereas they're the only ones stupid enough to parrot it everywhere, shout from the rooftops. This is us. And so the villain always plays their hand like they're going to show it to you first and reveal their plot. It's one of the oldest adages possible. And so you see that every time I do this, and every time I go out there and stifle them one way or another, whether it's gang stalkers or um, hmm, other categories, is that I never fear them. And they always know who I am. That's fucking obvious. And every time my morale increases, theirs decreases. And this is a leverage you may use. In fact, exploit it for the rest of your life 100% as hard as you can. And be tough and be brave and realize that you are a hero, a peaceful warrior. And even we want to get rid of words like war or, it, it's an English language that I speak, and frankly, sometimes I'm like, where do these words come from? Uh, you got someone like Rage Against the Machine, Europe ain't my rope to swing on. I mean, that's a beautiful lyric. So you'd have to think, right, that that guy must be like target number one. They're just gonna fire a fucking microwave shit straight in his heart, right? Why not? They don't. And so you can see that those people have broken through. Like the band Fish, one of my favorite bands, um, or um, black artists who are alive right now, or even Bjork. I mean, someone from all of this culture, which they wish they could get rid of, is all actually very, very much thriving and supple, and they're trying to make a propaganda, all no teeth, all Wizard of Oz behind the curtain kind of shit, to make it seem like it's all scary and it's all for naught. My advice is talk to other humans. Do go out there. Do trust people. Uh, if you don't want to have a romantic relationship, I personally can understand that. I mean, if it ain't the fact, I'd brush my fucking teeth if I gave a shit. Maybe I don't want to kill 10 billion fucking bacteria at once or, some number. And, I don't want to throw fluoride in my face all day. If Bernie Sanders were president, and this, some people go, oh, it's just another politician. He made Burlington run out of parking space. And it's the same small city where Fish is from. And so, like, they had a festival called the Clifford Ball, which I took some acid and had the most beautiful spiritual awakening. Real strong stuff. I mean, the hippies I was with said they hadn't seen that real acid since the 70s. I took one hit. I was flying in a white light, astrally projecting, seeing sounds, understanding profound patterns, nature's rules, mysteries, secrets of the universe. I knew I would not be able to remember logically straight. Literally, there's a song called Bouncing Around the Room where they say, I awoke and faintly bouncing around the room, the echo of whomever spoke. And I came to from the trip. I think they gave me Thorazine or something, and that's quite how it was. And ever since then, it's been, faith, hope, and love, in awe of dew on leaves. Um, I'm a world class guitar player. Frankly, I've never heard of my equal. Never seen, at least in the genre I would choose, which would be like a rock, metal, jazz, fusion, jam, shred, with the nice, 90s ish, metal ish, well rounded tone that really has some punch and some presence to it. And they are absolutely fucking petrified of me, only because, I am that kind of person you are. And so when you realize that you can be as happy as your hero who has made it through it, and that you can go thrive, already your morale is going up and theirs is going down. And that matters. I mean, you can say all day, please don't. I don't consent. Yeah. I mean, some people haven't. Some people may have an implant because they're abducted. Gosh, that sucks. Or, you know, uh, something perhaps experienced something more violating than I have. But I personally, um, like I said, the nurses were taking blood samples, and this guy jam a needle into my forearm. He's all like kitty corner into it. Well, with his left, let's see, my right arm. Yeah, he was using it right arm, of course. All kitty corner into my forearm to press a button, and across my vision, the word thanks in this lazy script with an X on it in gold is above some dull camouflage television with some characters characters in I can't remember. And ever since then, all of the pixels in my face, like in my whatever, in my eyes, uh, are organized. And there's always this little sprite, like a little triangle with a fucking on it, and it turns into uh, um, sprites or whatever that are terrible, deplorable concepts is all I can say. Um, and sometimes it's really turned it up, like last night, and you know, voices of kids in my ear, and they like to do that too, like Operation Shield the kids, like we're supposed to have some personal relationship with their kids. They're like, well, here's my kids, oh, don't you, you know, have some kind of boundary problem with my kids or whatever. I love mockery, and I'm a mime. I mean, I do it like that too. You can be like, you can use mimery to do it, like with these gang stalkers. I've heard this. They apparently smile at people and go. I mean, I don't know if that's what. I guess that's happened to me before, but you could ignore it, be happy, and eventually there's some guy going in fucking space. But me, I can mime things. Like mime, like the rope, you know, yeah, cleaning the window, whatever. You can use that kind of language, uh, particularly the subtle. Uh, anything. And at this point, like the other night, okay, I went straight into the parking lot downtown and played James Brown the whole fucking way. And there in the parking lot was some guy on a bike. Every now and then he's shuffling around, and is he getting ready to do something or whatever. I plainly look at him like, and he drives away. And then there's some people over here, I don't know what they're doing, if they're buying, selling drugs, or just pretending like it. And eventually they leave. But that's after a long amount of building up the precedent that they just can't fuck with me. And the more you do that, the more power you gain over them. And so, counter psychological operations, because their main weapon, day, night, 365, 24/7, whatever, is not necessarily the guy who might, be a paid, contract killer or something. I get so many threats all day, and specifically through this fucking thing they put in me. It could be implants, nano solution, whatever. Um, and I would go to morgellonscure.com, make sure it's a certified registered mail, and get the electromagnetic wands to destroy every fucking thing in my body. And that's just when I get another stimulus check. Uh, so, um, truly, to morally defeat your opponent, who is trying to accost good nature and perfect harmony, love, balance, all this natural environment, is important. Um, and they will try to seduce you. They will try to say they're your friend. They'll try to warm up to you. Uh, they will try to basically do some sleight of hand trickery stuff, and always petition you to join them. And it's something where once you become immune to it, like a pain or a poison or something. I mean, it's not even really a poison. It's more like their fear. Their fear inside out is anger. And yet to access the issues which they think, or are told or indoctrinated with, or they just simply repeat or something, is to dismantle from within their ability to have anything to say in the first place. And slowly they begin to back up. And it takes a sustained campaign. It takes the idea that you're tougher than them, you're smarter than them, faster, quicker, like Neo from the Matrix. Kind of be that person, or Trinity, whomever. And the idea is, magically, you're not gonna die. You know, um, it ain't gonna be, you're gonna be crucified, or whatever the fuck. Um, and it takes realizing that all cultures, like the goth culture, maybe they're a little sad or something, or Metallica, maybe they're a little dark, or whatever about it. All perfect. The idea is that you're supposed to feel self-conscious in your subconscious, um, about anything, any pot shot whatsoever. And remember, this is an AI, and it's not very smart at all. Um, and so when you learn to tie that fucking thing in a knot and serve it right back to them and say to it, and you tell them who the fuck sent you, then they will know. And you may notice the next day, nothing fucking changed. And they will have to resort to some lesser method. And so I have 15 seconds left, but that's kind of what I'm going for. In my message is that it may be an asymmetrical war, and it's a psychological war. So be a counter psychological operative.